When you say Bengaluru, ladies and gents, the first association with the city evokes the following response. IT hub, Silicon Valley of India. You know what, there was a time and even today when people would pride themselves for having landed a job in the IT sector in Bengaluru, rubbing shoulders with the who's who. But then what is also a fact is that in this dream IT destination, software engineering talent earn an average of just $12,000 annually, nearly a tenth of what is made in Silicon Valley, and versus that this figure made by those in Bengaluru is way below global averages. Wait a minute, I hear you, you'll say, well, go and look at the cost of living there, but I'm just talking about talent to talent, apples to apples as it were. As per the VR City report compiled by Unboxing BLR, this figure of approximately $12,000 annually places Bengaluru well below and behind other global cities like Tel Aviv, where it is 77K, Sydney, which is 78K, of course, all in dollars, Toronto, which is 75K, and London, which is 65K, reinforcing India's position as a low-cost tech powerhouse. Even newer Asian tech hubs like Seoul at $51K, Singapore 47K, and Beijing 46K offer significantly higher pay packages, whereas European capitals like Paris 48K and Berlin 56K outpace Bengaluru by a wide margin. Yet India, and Bengaluru in particular, continues to attract international investment thanks to its vast English-speaking workforce, tech expertise and affordability. Global firms see Bengaluru as central to their long-term outsourcing and scaling strategies. But this wage disparity comes at a time when the global tech industry is under siege. Since the pandemic, major companies have been trimming headcounts and not many have been offered top dollar salaries either. On 18th of June, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy issued a memo signaling more layoffs as the company integrates generative AI into core departments. Jassy hinted that while new roles would open in AI, many existing corporate jobs, often the most well-paid, might become obsolete. Microsoft, another example, reportedly preparing for cuts in the sales teams, while Google has offered voluntary layoffs across communication and research. The message is clear. As companies pursue cost efficiency and AI-driven transformation, demand is shifting from traditional tech roles to AI-specialized positions. And in this reshaped global market, where does that leave Bengaluru? As a low-cost advantage for international businesses, or just a poorly paid jobs for the domestic talent? We have an expert with us, TV Mohandas Pai, chairperson of Aaron Capital Partners and former CFO Infosys, who's joined us. Thank you so much, Mr. Pai, for joining us on this broadcast. How do you look at it as a double-edged sword, Mr. Pai? That, you know, if you look at it, you know, you can keep saying that, you know, I'm the best. I have the best educational skills. I can speak English much better than many of my peers in South Asian countries, but I'm not paid as much. Or you think, well, I'm sought after. Where is it? I mean, it seems like a catch-22 situation.
So there, to understand this issue, you must understand something called PPP, Purchasing Power Parity. Now, the per capita income for India is $2,900. The per capita, I mean, the money that you get as an average year is $12,000. It is 4 times the per capita income of India. In the US, in Silicon Valley, you say $125,000. The per capita income in the US is $90,000. It's about maybe 1.4 times or so, right? In Singapore, $47,000. I think the per capita income there is $70,000. They're underpaid. It's a function of the local economy. What does the money get? And if you want a comparison, use PPP. The PPP multiple for India is possibly about nearly 4.5 times, because it is India is $17.3 trillion in PPP. And if you use that, even 4 times, that is about $50,000. So $12,000, if you compare with the other countries, $50,000 to $125,000. So it is quite okay. And I think the 12 lakhs that people get for $12,000 gives you about 10 lakhs. The 10 lakhs on an average, starting it maybe 4 to 5 lakhs, or some people 20% may get about 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. It's pretty good. It buys you a good life, etc. after you work. So I think you must take it as it is. The key thing, what you must understand is, India is a global center for technology. 1, because of high quality talent. 2, because of very high quality. And 3, because of the lower cost. All 3 come together. all three come together. It's a golden age for India, and I think you must rejoice. And even in Bangalore, there's a shortage of people. You're not getting enough talent in Bangalore. So this 12,000 is just a small number, because 25-30% of people are 1 to 3 years experience who get very much less. So if you want a good techie, you got to pay 25-30 lakh rupees, which is not bad. There's about $30,000, which is quite good. And I think you must see it in this proper perspective. And Bangalore has always been this for the last 20-30 years. Ever since I started working in Infosys, this has been the same kind of number, same multiple. So I don't know what is strange about that, except that you probably saw it now and feel very strange, but it's not strange. And you are a journalist. How much do you get paid compared to a Christiana, what is that CNN person's name?
Amanpour.
Why are you getting paid less, Sudha? You are such a great anchor. You should be paid 10 times what you're being paid. Look at your salary and look at Christiana Amanpour.
I hope my
salary are not the same person. You deserve more.
I hope
you're so smart. You're such a good anchor. You're brilliant. You should get more. Why are you being paid whatever term you use for others?
I'm already liking you so much, Mr. Pai. Thank you.
Feel sorry for yourself too. Why?
Mr. Pai, tell me something. This AI kind of threat which is there all the time, saying AI has done it to us. Do you think it is also imagined fear? Because a lot of companies have now invested in behemoths like Google, for instance, right? They've spent huge number of monies like OpenAI, etc., etc. But do you think that the AI is taking away the job of a techie? Where is it? There could be in some departments. I mean, you are a veteran. They are saying, AI, that is because my salary is also being reduced. What Mr. Pai was getting in, let us say, 1990, I am not getting that, not even thinking about whether he has the same qualification. That's another conversation. But is AI a real threat or it's an imagined threat?
Look, AI is a big disruption which happens once in a generation like cloud. Okay. So it's going to have a very, very big impact on society. It will lead to productivity improvement of 40-50% over 3 or 4 years. When 40-50% productivity improvement happens, particularly in rule-based work. What is rule-based work? Rule-based work is repetitive work without creativity, where the thinking requirement for the work is very less. That can be fully automated. The AI will do. Just today I had a young boy, very young child in my office, whose father showed him an AI app, and he started talking to the AI app. And he's so happy the AI app was talking back to him. He asked the AI for information. The AI gave information. Then he spoke to the AI app in Kannada. He spoke back in Kannada. It's amazing, isn't it? So I think our interaction with the AI will continue, and it will eliminate many routine, rule-based work and improve productivity and lower costs rather dramatically in many areas. And that is very good for society because it releases money. Now, are some people going to be hurt? Yes. But the biggest pain will be in countries like the United States. Because there, the cost of labor is very, very high. 125,000 software engineer, right? It's actually 150,000 in the valley. Nobody comes to 125,000. And, it can possibly replace 20-30% of the people joining because it can improve productivity. And there, the pain will be higher. If you look at the US, you find that job openings for IT has come down. Job openings for AI skill has gone up. So routine work has come down, AI skill has gone up, and the routine work is being done in India in GCCs.
All right.
So the US is transitioned to higher level. But in India today, we are very lucky because any company in the world which wants to use AI do not have enough talent in the home country to do AI and apply AI and to make sure it works well. They come to India. You see, the GCCs come here.
Right.
Most of the GCCs are doing work in AI. In Infosys, Nandan Nilekani in the AGM 2 days back said he's got 400 Gen AI projects. He's trained 275,000 people. Which company can train 275,000 people?
Right.
So he's trained 400,000 people.
So
he'll make them all productive. New jobs at the lower level will come down for the next 1 or 2 years. But they will get hired by banks and others who are starving for people because the hiring will go up.
All right. Yeah. So, Mr. Mohandas Pai, you made it out, everyone in the office was slightly worried, but then at the end of it, you say, listen, guys, it's a good deal that you have.
Yeah,
I mean, you're paid well, and also, don't compare yourself with, let's say, Paris and Beijing, like you gave my example. Sure, the per capita income series on a serious note is there. Secondly, you say we are a market. who's attracting talent, and
Yeah.
the going is good. It is the golden era. So just kind of keep working
Absolutely.
and keep at it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, that comes from Mohandas Pai. Thank you very much, sir, for joining
Bye-bye.
us on this broadcast. Indeed, you heard someone who's a veteran in the IT industry, Mohandas Pai. Now, let's get in Suhas Adiga, General Secretary of Karnataka State IT Employees Union. Mr. Adiga, thank you so much for waiting up and also joining us on this broadcast. What do you think? You think you're being paid, the IT talent is being paid peanuts, or like Mr. Mohandas Pai says, no, you cannot compare apples to oranges. You have to look at what your per capita income is and what is your market looking like.
Yeah. So like the thing what he has missed in the argument is that one thing is that the initial wages what employee who started working in IT gets has not changed from last 20-25 years. So like employee who is currently getting a job or placed in Infosys as himself or TSS or any other company is still getting 3.6 LPA, and that was there since I think in early 2000s also people are getting the same value. But the compared to with the what is the this one like cost of living in Bangalore, which has been raised from 2000 to 2025 right now, is tremendously big. So it was considered to be a huge salary back then, but this one that salary or wage has been stagnant. So there's one more fact is that this one the all these Infosys and other companies are service providing companies, so they are billing on our hourly wages. So what is the billing they are costing us and what is the amount what we are getting as a salary is up to only 5% of the what is the billing amount
Yes,
is currently there.
Suhas, what
So
you're
this is the
saying,
current scenario.
yeah, you're saying the salary that you were hired at compared to the inflation and also post pandemic, the rise has not
Yeah.
happened. I mean, it's like this, right? And tell me about
Yes.
the work. Has the work increased or the work reduced because of AI?
No, actually, you know the scenario, right? Companies are pushing for increased working hours in this sector. You might have heard about the news.
Karnataka, 10 hours, yes.
Exact. Actually, the working hours has been maximum working hours has been increased up to 12 hours, and no companies, including the Infosys or any other companies, are not paying the overtime due for any employees who are working more than the required 9 hours in the current sector, current establishment. Actually, we had asked for a this one data from the labor ministry saying that which are the companies who are making people work overtime and which are the companies who are paying for that. So none of the labor department, none of the companies furnish that data to the labor department. It's very clear they don't want any company don't want to give a minimum basic salary for the
Do
employees.
you think, Suhas Adiga, do you think it's a good time for IT talent in Bengaluru or not so good?
So this one it is a good time because this one people are collectively fighting against that. There are huge participation in the unions, and we can only collectively fight against this one like profit hungry corporations. That is the current scenario, and we are getting the approach in that.